Now this illustration further demonstrates phase arrangement. In accordance with NEC 408.3 E as in Ed. Now, the NEC loop is a very important loop. 110.15 deals with the identification of the high leg, and it applies all through the code without in some way a section might revise it in some way, but as far as my knowledge, it doesn't. That doesn't occur. Then notice 230.56 deals with a service. Now, when you get into switchgear, switchboards, panel boards, and things like that, we go to 408.3E, and then we also go to 408.3E as in Ed, and look at the exception, and then 408.3F is in Fund 1. Now, we know that the recommended color coding, say for the high leg, is orange, as you see, and the recommended color coding boxed in information to the left of the meter. A is blue, and phase C could be blue, or it could be red, black, or any color, but the high leg is the conductor with its insulation that has to be identified, either orange or a identification procedure and method that's acceptable to the authority having jurisdiction. Now, let's review the figure loop. And it basically says if you want more information concerning this high leg, see figures 6-33 and 7-3 through 7-6. And that way we can read and learn all about this high leg if we are designing or making an installation. We haven't done this in a long time, and we want to know more about this high leg. Now, we reviewed in the previous figure, 7-3, that we would terminate that high leg to phase B or L2 when the grounded or neutral conductor was present. Now let's review the terminating area that we'd have to terminate which phase to which phase when metering is involved. And notice it's to the right of the meter. And they usually keep it to the right where we have CT cans, and that is a utility rule. If the utility requires the center phase in the CT can to be orange, that would be a utility requirement. And before you ever do that, make sure that you check with the authority having jurisdiction as well as the utility and see is that acceptable, or do they want the phase C L3 leg always connected to the right in the metering process and procedure of the utility company. Now, NEC 408.3E, along with figure 7-4, deals with the phase arrangement where metering of the utility is involved.